Someone messaged me with a question asking me, what is the best thing to do as you get older? Do you sell your home? Do you stay in your home? Do you move to a condo? Do you move to an apartment? Do you move to a retirement home? And of course, there is no one size fits all for this. But I'm going to do my best to cover some of the options and things that I know some of my clients have done. First of all, I will tell you I very much am a proponent of being proactive, not reactive. Proactive is you put a plan in place. Now, that may be different for each person, but reactive is you just wait till something happens to you and then you're like stuck with whatever you get. So let's talk about some scenarios. I'm going to talk about a couple because that's just, of course, the easiest thing to discuss. So say you are in a house you've been in for forever and you don't want to leave your house. That's fine. But if it's a 2-story home, do you have a first floor bathroom, wheelchair accessible, and do you have a first floor bedroom? And if you don't, maybe you should consider getting a home equity line of credit, and maybe that dining room you don't use that much or a den, change it into a first floor bedroom and add a first floor bathroom. The laundry should be on the first floor. So if you want to stay in your home, make sure everything is all on one level. If you're in a rancher, then that's great. You're probably already on one level, but maybe the laundry's in the basement, move it upstairs. So ideally, wherever you're at, if you want to stay in your house, get all on one floor. If you have steps going into the house, a ramp can always be built. So that really is the easiest thing to do. Now, I think you need to have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. What do I mean? Well, plan A would be stay in your house. And realize that there's things you have to think about. How big is your yard? Like with my parents, when my dad died, that yard was over an acre. There was no way mom was taking care of that. And it was going to be expensive for someone else to maintain it. Can someone take care of your yard? Can someone do the snow for you? What kind of things do you have to do to maintain staying in your house? So you want to stay in your house, fine. What's plan B? Plan B, okay, so he dies. Can she take care of the property or can she not? So if he dies, where is she going? What is happening with her? Vice versa. Plan C would be, she dies, can he stay in the house by himself? And there are different challenges with both of those things. If, say, you're in a house and you decide that it's just best to sell it, there's too much maintenance, just too much work, where do you go? Some people can afford to go to a retirement home and some cannot. I have an aunt who simply does not have the funds to move to a retirement home. My mom, I got her moved into a retirement home. She did not have enough monthly income, but because we were selling the house and all the contents, she had a substantial enough amount of money going in. And she's in a Presbyterian type home where if she runs out of money, they'll take care of her. So her income wasn't enough, but the amount of money she had amassed through the sale of everything was enough for her to be able to maintain herself for a few years before they would possibly have to take care of her. So that's sometimes an option. For some people, moving into a condo is an option. You don't have to move into another house. If you have a house you can't be in and you want to sell it and you want to move into a rancher, think about the fact that if you're going to be in it for short term, because you want to stay in it the whole time, but maybe you can't. So if you maybe are only going to be in that 5 years before you need the plan B or the plan C, it takes a while sometimes to sell a house. And you don't know 5 years from now what the housing market's going to be. Is the house going to be worth what you paid for it? Is it going to be worth more? Is it going to be worth less? Is the housing market going to be such that you can sell it in a heartbeat or not be able to sell it at all? As you probably need to free up your money to move on to somewhere else. So if you're selling your house, I kind of recommend that you rent. I rent a 2-bedroom townhouse. This is great. I don't have to worry about mowing the lawn. Don't have to worry about the snow removal. If something breaks down, I call maintenance and they come fix it. And then you can take the money from your home and you can invest that or at least have it in savings that you can use it for maybe travel or for medical expenses. So consider renting. But again, for a lot of people, you want to be on that one floor. I mean, I'm on 2 floors. I'm still very active. But if something happens to me, I can go ahead and move to a 1-floor, first floor apartment, and that'd be fine for me. So that's an option. So a lot of this has to do with what your finances are. If you think at any point you're going to want to move to a retirement home, get your name on a list. I'm in Lancaster County, and we have tons of retirement homes here, and the lists are lengthy. Now, if you get your name on a list, they might tell you it's going to be 5 years till they get you up on the list where you can move. And when your name comes available on the list, if you're not ready to move, you just say, nope, I'm not ready yet, and they'll knock you down on the list. But by being on a list, if you have some kind of medical emergency or something happens to dad or something happens to mom and the other one has to move, you can call and say, hey, our circumstances have changed. Is there any option for us to get in, sooner? So that's just kind of a lot of different ways. But like I said, proactive. Don't wait until something happens. You don't want to be reactive. And there are a lot of people who will stick their head in the sand. They think, oh yeah, well, I'm just going to wait and let somebody else make the decision. And if you've got a parent who's doing that, you're not going to change their mind. Good luck with that. But proactive as opposed to reactive. Get your name on a list for a retirement home if that's an option for you. Get on one floor, rent rather than buy. There's lots of different things, and it all depends on what you can afford and what you want to do. But have a plan A, have a plan B, have a plan C, because things seldom go the way you want them to go or the way you expect them to go. So you've got to do that kind of talking about, like, okay, well, if something happens to this one, what are we doing with the other one, and vice versa. So I hope that answers the question. I hope I didn't make things more confusing for you.